some really good news, and I'm going to share it. Back on July 28th, 27th was when I recorded. 28th, I think, is when I posted it. But episode 83, which I think was titled "Wall Street Cheat Sheet and Silver." I was drawing everyone's attention to the explaining what the Wall Street cheat sheet is. That chart that shows the cycles, the emotional cycles of markets. And I pulled up the chart for silver over, I think, a 5-year chart or a 10-year chart, and it exactly mimicked the Wall Street cheat sheet. And I said at the time, I believe we're at the very base of the start of a long bull run, a 5-year, 10-year bull run. Well, at the time that I made the video, silver was at 1639 is what I think the picture I posted in the video. Yesterday, it touched 1831 actually, which is an 11% rise from the time I made that video, which is only a month, not even a month ago. Well, I guess almost exactly a month ago. So in 1 month, an 11% rise. I don't think that I'm any kind of genius. I just think that those charts make a lot of sense. And if you look at it, it's visually stunning how closely it mimics. So 11% rise is great. It's just the start. Again, a lot of people I listen to, and everything that I know about charting is talking about silver taking a rocket. Silver, precious metals entirely, but silver especially, is poised to make like a long-term high moves. And now is a great time to go out to your local coin shop, take a little bit of investing money that you have, and drop it into precious metals, take them home and bury them in the backyard or whatever you do to protect them. But it's really a fascinating. I was stunned yesterday. Really, it's just been like the last 3 days. We've jumped from 15. Because after that 16 posting, I think it dropped down a little bit too. It was during around like the $16 mark. So that 1639 was high at the time. Anyways, it's been crazy. Like the last 2 days have been like a full dollar rise, which we haven't seen that in about 5-7 years, somewhere around there. So the market is getting ready to light off again. I think that everything about the trade wars and the tariffs and the the inversion, all the market inversion that I talked about the other day, or the bond rate, the interest rate inversions on the bonds. All that plays into a really good time for people to put people are going to start putting their money into sound money, their investments into sound money, which is sound investments, which is land, precious metals. I throw cryptocurrencies in there, but right now in the minority. I was watching a video the other day talking about the beginning of the internet, and people were like, "What? We're going to send letters to each other through the computers? Who would do that?" And all this, the internet's just going to be used by people who are going to deal drugs and commit all kinds of crime, yada yada. All the same fear mongering you hear about cryptocurrencies. You heard about the internet when it first came out. I've gone really dark. I'm in the trees. The same thing's being said about cryptos now. So, I believe we're in the beginning, like the 1992, 93 phase of the internet is where we are with cryptocurrencies currently. But if you don't want to do that, that's fine. It doesn't take you anything but taking some cash in your hand and going into a local coin shop and asking to buy some silver eagles, some 1-ounce silver coins, silver rounds. You can even get pre-1963 dimes and quarters. They also had silver in them back then, so they're very recognizable. Just don't get it mixed up with your actual currency. And put them aside. It's that simple. Land, they keep saying land is a good investment too, farmland especially. But with land, you've got to pay property taxes on it, and or you've got to use it, and that's not easy. That's not easy for a lot of people to do. So my advice, well, I'm no economic advisor. What I'm doing is keeping an eye on precious metals. That is the news for the day. I hope to get out and make a second video today, but I'm not sure if it's going to happen or not. So this might be the only video for today. I am working still on that Kickstarter project. It's looking awesome. I'm very proud of myself. There are times where I really like my stuff, like the t-shirts that I do. There's times where I'll draw something, I'm like, nah, not really so jazzed. This Kickstarter, for those Roadhouse fans out there, this is going to be some good stuff. So pay attention. What I really ask you to do is share that Kickstarter video. More than even supporting it is sharing it. That's so powerful. And then for this channel, obviously, if you haven't hit the like button, what are you doing? Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't done that yet. If you haven't shared this video yet, and you have friends out there who are like, hey, I'm getting worried about the economy. We've got this trade war going on. Yeah, well, here's this guy who talks about maybe investing in sound money. So pay attention to his channel. He might have some news. Actually, hey, one last thing. The trade war. People are really nervous about it. I get it. An interesting, I haven't fact-checked this yet, but I trust the person it came from. United States depends on trade for 5% of our GDP. China depends on trade for 40% of their GDP. Who do you think has the upper hand in this trade war? Us or them? I kind of think it's us. I kind of think we've won it without us knowing we won it yet. Anyways, precious metals, regardless, is still worth getting into and holding your money there. And like and share and subscribe. That was a long end. Check out the t-shirt store. Hold fast for the Kickstarter video. I'm out of breath. I'm very excited. It's the start of a good day. Cheers. Earl's also a hero. And you can be too. Check out the Earl as a Hero shirts in our threadless store.